Hey, 49ers fans. Today we're diving deep into the latest around San Francisco, especially focusing on one of the hottest topics in football right now, Robert Salah and his future in the NFL. Salah has been making waves ever since he took over as defensive coordinator for the 49ers, and the question on everyone's mind is whether he's going to be on the head coaching radar this upcoming offseason. Honestly, it feels almost inevitable that his name will come up in multiple conversations around the league. He's proven time and again that he has the defensive mind, leadership skills, and the kind of presence that makes players follow him wherever he goes. And let's be clear, if he does decide to leave the 49ers after this season, it wouldn't shock anyone. He's got the resume, the reputation, and the experience that could make him an immediate fit for several teams that are currently searching for a head coach. Already, we've seen openings pop up in some major franchises. Teams like Tennessee and the New York Giants are actively searching for new leadership at the top, and there's no reason Salah wouldn't be considered a prime candidate for those positions. But from what we can gather, Salah is thoughtful about where he wants to plant himself next. After his stint with the New York Jets, where organizational instability and management issues made the environment challenging, he's likely prioritizing a situation with a solid foundation, a front office that has a clear vision, and a team that gives him the resources to succeed. His time in New York showed that even with a struggling quarterback situation and a lack of structural support, he could still elevate the defense, proving that his skills as a coordinator are top-notch. Players respect Salah. His energy, passion, and ability to communicate effectively make him not only a great coach, but also a mentor to the athletes around him. Look at the way former 49ers and Jets players speak about him. Even those who have moved on to other teams consistently highlight his impact on their careers. He has a knack for developing talent, bringing out the best in his players, and creating a cohesive defensive unit, which is no small feat in today's league. Some might point to his brief tenure with the Jets and their win-loss record as a reason to doubt him. But anyone who watched his defenses knows that the issues there weren't about his coaching ability. The defensive units he managed were high-performing, and several players had career years under his guidance. The problems were systemic, tied to ownership and quarterback play, not Salah's vision or execution. One of the reasons Salah is such an attractive candidate for a head coaching job is his connections across the NFL, especially to the Shanahan-McVay coaching tree. That network gives him access to top-tier offensive minds that he could pair with a quarterback in need of development. Whether a team drafts a quarterback early or already has a young player in place, Salah's ability to bring in the right offensive coordinator could transform a struggling franchise. His leadership could energize a team that's fallen on hard times, and pairing a talented OC with his defensive acumen makes him a dual threat as a head coach. This is the kind of combination that general managers and owners dream of. Someone who can build a winning culture on both sides of the ball, develop talent, and bring stability to a franchise that desperately needs it. Internally, the 49ers have been preparing for the possibility of Salah moving on, and there are some interesting names in the mix as potential successors. Gus Bradley, currently the assistant head coach of defense, has significant experience and has previously served as a head coach in the NFL. Kyle Shanahan's decision to bring Salah in might have been influenced by this, knowing that if Salah leaves, there's someone already in-house who can step up and maintain continuity within the defensive system. Beyond that, rising internal talent like KJ Wright, who has transitioned from player to defensive quality control coach, shows the organization is also focused on grooming the next generation of leaders who could eventually take on larger roles. History has shown us that positions like these can lead to coordinator jobs and eventually head coaching opportunities, and Wright is someone to keep an eye on in the coming years. Looking at the 49ers defense this season, despite significant challenges such as losing key players like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, the unit has performed admirably. They've had to rely on younger players stepping into larger roles, which is never easy, but they've remained competitive. Statistically, they rank mid-tier in points allowed per game and red zone efficiency, which is impressive given the adversity they've faced. Salah's ability to adapt and evolve his defensive approach, keeping up with modern offensive schemes, and incorporating new strategies has been key to the unit's success. It's this combination of tactical knowledge, leadership, and adaptability that makes him such a compelling candidate for head coaching positions. The conversation about Salah also brings up larger questions about the NFL landscape, particularly regarding the balance between offensive and defensive expertise. Teams looking for a head coach often prioritize offensive minds, but a coach like Salah, who has a proven track record on defense and the ability to bring in offensive coordinators who can maximize a quarterback's potential, creates a rare opportunity. His presence could stabilize a struggling franchise while also developing the offensive side of the ball, which is a unique and highly valuable skill set in today's NFL. Salah's influence extends beyond just X's and O's. His energy on the sideline, his ability to communicate, and the respect he commands from players all contribute to an environment that breeds success. Even with personnel challenges and injuries, he has kept the team focused, competitive, and disciplined. It's clear that his leadership style resonates with players, and that kind of intangible impact is difficult to quantify, but incredibly important in building a winning culture. With the offseason approaching, speculation will only intensify. Teams that are quarterback needy or in search of strong leadership will be closely monitoring Salah's availability. His proven success, combined with his network of contacts and ability to assemble top-notch coaching staffs, makes him a player to watch in the coaching carousel. Whether he stays with the 49ers or moves on to a head coaching role elsewhere, his influence on the game is undeniable, and the ripple effects of his decisions will be felt across the league for years to come. As we continue to follow this storyline, the focus will remain on how Salah's potential move could impact the 49ers' future, both in terms of coaching continuity and team performance. The defensive strategies he has implemented have already set a standard for excellence, and how the team adapts if he leaves will be a defining factor in the next chapter of their journey. But for now, Salah continues to command attention, not just for what he has accomplished, but for what he could bring to the next franchise that take a chance on him as their head coach. Now, shifting gears, let's talk about the quarterback situation, specifically Mac Jones, and why he could become one of the most intriguing trade pieces this offseason. Mac has had a season that's quietly turned a lot of heads, and with the 2026 draft class shaping up to be somewhat thin at quarterback, his value might be higher than most people realize. He's shown resilience, poise, and growth in a system that hasn't always been forgiving, and that's a big reason why the 49ers are in a position to consider multiple avenues for him. Throughout this season, Mac has demonstrated the ability to handle pressure, make quick reads, and manage games efficiently, all while dealing with an offense that has had its fair share of challenges. Injuries, inconsistent offensive line play, and a running game that didn't always support the scheme could have derailed a lesser quarterback, but Mac stayed composed and productive. His nearly 70% completion rate, over 2,100 passing yards, 13 touchdowns, and just 6 interceptions are indicators of a quarterback who understands how to win in a variety of situations. Some of those interceptions weren't even on him, which shows that he's making the best of the talent around him. The beauty of Mac's situation for the 49ers is that they have options. They can keep him and maintain a level of quarterback security at a bargain price, just over $4 million next season, which is nearly unheard of in today's market. For a team with championship aspirations, having a competent, cost-control quarterback is invaluable. But the other side of the equation is what they could get in return if they were to trade him. Given the desperation that many teams have at the quarterback position, the Niners could realistically target a second-round pick or perhaps even package a second and fourth rounder, depending on the market. Teams looking for an affordable, proven quarterback would see Mac as an immediate solution, and that gives San Francisco leverage to maximize their return. Let's break down potential landing spots for Mac Jones. The Minnesota Vikings could be in the market if they decide to part ways with J.J. McCarthy. The Miami Dolphins might look at him if they continue to search for quarterback stability. The Arizona Cardinals could see Mac as a better fit for their traditional pocket passing offense than Kyler Murray, who doesn't perfectly match that system. The Carolina Panthers, with Bryce Young still developing, might want a veteran presence to complement their offense. And then there's the New York Jets, who could find themselves needing a quarterback if Aaron Rodgers and Justin Fields don't fit into their long-term plans. Each of these teams has different needs and different levels of urgency, which only adds to Mac's potential value as a trade asset. One interesting aspect of this offseason is how the 49ers approach their own quarterback depth chart. Curtis Rohr, a developmental quarterback and seventh-round pick from Indiana, is rehabbing from an ACL injury and has yet to take the field this season. Kyle Shanahan has reportedly been impressed with his size, arm mechanics, and ability to layer throws. If Mac were traded, Rohr could step into the QB2 role while the team scouts options in the draft, potentially targeting another quarterback who could learn the system and develop alongside Shanahan's scheme. The Niners have always had an eye for quarterback development, and their track record shows they can rehabilitate careers and mold talent into productive players within their system. Adding to that, the strategy behind Mac's potential trade isn't just about acquiring draft capital. It's about timing, team building, and positioning for the future. The 49ers have accumulated young, cost-controlled assets through the draft, focusing on players who can grow within their system and contribute over multiple seasons. Trading Mac could accelerate that process, allowing the front office to bring in additional draft picks or acquire talent at other key positions. The team has been deliberate in building depth across the roster, and quarterback flexibility gives them a strategic advantage heading into 2026. When evaluating Mac's skill set, it's clear why he's drawing interest. He's a classic pocket quarterback with mobility that allows him to navigate the pocket when pressure arrives. His arm strength and accuracy are assets, particularly in a system like Shanahan's that emphasizes timing, play action, and distribution. Mac has shown he can handle the nuances of a complex offense while maintaining efficiency and minimizing mistakes. The combination of his performance this year and the potential for growth makes him an appealing option for any team looking to stabilize the quarterback position without overspending. From a trade perspective, his contract is a huge selling point. At just over $4 million, he's practically a steal compared to the going rate for starting quarterbacks in today's NFL. Teams could acquire a starter capable of competing immediately without having to commit to a long-term, high-cost contract. That kind of financial flexibility is rare and could make the difference in negotiations, especially for teams balancing salary cap considerations with the need to upgrade at multiple positions. The broader NFL landscape also plays a role in this. The 2026 draft class has talented quarterbacks, but many of the top names may return to college or have limited experience. Players like Dante Moore, Ty Simpson, and Fernando Mendoza have the talent, but uncertainty about their readiness could push teams toward proven options like Mac. If a team misses out on their preferred draft pick or wants to avoid the risk of an unproven rookie, Mac provides a safe, high-upside alternative. The timing could make him one of the most sought-after trade pieces of the offseason. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers around the league are heating up as Josh Jacobs makes his presence felt in San Francisco. Sources close to the team suggest the running back has already been turning heads, and not just for his usual eye-popping speed and vision. It seems Jacobs has flipped a switch, fully embracing the physical, bruising style that could redefine the 49ers' ground game. Those who've watched practices insist he's not merely adjusting, he's asserting himself. Pads are popping, defenders are bracing, and the energy in the locker room has reportedly taken on a different intensity. Fans are buzzing with speculation about what this could mean once the regular season rolls around. Rumor has it that Jacobs has been working closely with the offensive line, fine-tuning timing, angles, and the kind of downhill running that has historically put defenses on their heels. Some insiders hint that his approach isn't just physical. It's almost psychological, sending a message that the 49ers' run game is no longer just about gaining yards, but about establishing dominance. Imagine defenders lining up, knowing they're facing a back who isn't afraid to punish, absorb contact, and keep moving forward regardless. Even veteran teammates are said to be taking notice. It's a whole new energy, one source quietly shared. You can see in practice. Josh isn't just running. He's imposing himself. Speculation is rampant that this shift could open up more opportunities for play action, forcing defensive coordinators to rethink their schemes entirely. The rumor mill suggests that opposing teams are already taking mental notes, bracing for a back who mixes speed, power, and that rare knack for finding the smallest crease and turning it into a big gain. Of course, the buzz isn't just about his running style. It's also about the cultural impact. Reports from the locker room hint that JACOBS is bringing a certain edge, a competitive fire that is infecting the whole roster. Some say it's already changing how the 49ers practice, how the offensive line coordinates, and even how the quarterbacks perceive their backfield options. Analysts are quietly whispering that if JACOBS' current form holds, the 49ers' ground attack could be one of the most feared in the league, blending brutal efficiency with the kind of highlight reel potential that keeps fans on the edge of their seats. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.